We're streaming now.
We're good.
Okay.
Perfect. Welcome everyone to What It Takes. My name is Sydney Miron and I'm the manager of coach development team for the Central Region. Here at Beachbody, we have an entire group of people dedicated to helping coaches reach their potential. So if you're a diamond coach or above, please check out FAQ 7581 to learn more about how we can help you achieve your goals. Welcome to What It Takes. What It Takes is a weekly mini-series where we ask the same questions to elite coaches and they talk about what it takes to become an elite coach. Today we have superstar diamond coach, 4-time elite, 2-time elite top 10, and co-founder of Team Legacy Collective, Anita Miron. Anita, can you hear us? We're good?
Yep, we're good. Hi, everyone.
Perfect. Okay, so before we get started, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. I've been a coach for 6 years. I joined Team Beachbody back in 2012. I had a new baby. For those of you that have ever followed my page, Scarlett is a big part of my social media, but I built my Beachbody business right alongside of growing my daughter. So that was sort of my journey. I have been all over the world because of Beachbody. Just love traveling, love affecting lives, and I do this full-time from home, and I have 2 kids, and I'm married to my partner in crime with this business. So we're very lucky we get to do this all day at home. Yeah.
Love it. Okay, so question number 1, how were you introduced to Beachbody?
So I was 210 pounds when I got started as a coach, believe it or not. And my coach, Leslie Cordes, she actually is a friend of our family. And I kept seeing her post every day on social media. And I was like, at first I was hating. I'm like, oh, she's so happy. Like, I don't need to see all that in my newsfeed. And then I got addicted to her. I was like, oh, what's Leslie going to post today? And finally, after a year of reaching out to me, I mean, she reached out to me once a year, actually. Started in 2009 when she started reaching out to me, I think. So it took a while. And finally I was like, okay, you've been in my newsfeed. You've inspired the crap out of me. Like, let's do this. And I joined her challenge group, got amazing results, lost 70 pounds, and asked how I can turn that into a business.
Okay, question number 2. Once you signed up, can you describe what those early days look like?
Yes. So for me, it was all about my personal journey. I had to get myself right before I can start reaching out and like helping other people. That's just what I felt comfortable with. And really, it only took me 30 days. I jumped into our challenge group. At that time, we were doing Chalene Extreme, and I was losing weight rapidly. I was feeling so much more energized. I was reading personal development just because that was the vibe of the group. We were all after just developing. And then within, like I said, 30 days, I was reaching Success Club 5, Success Club 10, because I naturally shouted from the rooftops what was working for me. And that sort of brought people to me naturally. And that's when I started working my business. I had a full-time job. I had a baby at home. So I worked in pockets of time. I'm sure you guys have all heard pockets, power pockets. I literally got up at 6:30 every day and worked for an hour. Nap time was an hour, and then right before after bedtime I got an hour in, and that's how I kind of made it work for myself in those early days.
Love that. Okay, question number 3, what do you feel are some attributes or habits you have that contributed to your success?
I really do believe that I'm in this for the financial side is great, and yes, it's very rewarding, but I truly get like high off of results. When I see my challengers and my customers reach their goals or have weight loss, like I get so fired up. So like yesterday or Monday was the last day of my July boot camp. And I just like, it was like Christmas. I got on, I asked everybody Sunday night to send me their results, their before and afters. And it was like Christmas. So I truly come from a place, and I would hope that a lot of coaches, most coaches do too, but I truly come from a place of caring and loving and just being excited about results and the true mission of Team Beachbody. I am all about it. So I think that has been beneficial because the excitement and the belief exudes from me when I'm talking to my customers and coaches.
Oh, I love that. And seriously, you just gave me the chills because it really is like going back to what our mission is about. And I love when top coaches like you still go back to that. I think that's incredible. Okay, question number 4. What advice do you have for brand new coaches who don't know where to start? What can they start doing today to achieve long-term success?
Okay, whatever you do, do not try to reinvent the wheel. This is where I see new coaches go, "Arr!" And I'm like, where'd you go? Because they're over here trying to create a new system when the system that we have right now works. Everything in our back office with all of our trainings, and you can pretty much find anything on YouTube. But what I stress the most is talk to your sponsor or your Star Diamond upline, somebody about their power hour. What does it look like to get the job done? What are my income producing activities that I can put in place with the allotted time that I have? And do not try to create a system. Do what your sponsor, your Star Diamond upline says to you in regards to what's helping them become successful.
Yes, amen to that. Okay, number 5, what about the coaches who is struggling or who are thinking about giving up? What advice do you have for them?
So I remember I was 10 months in as a coach and I was not yet diamond. And just so you know, 8 months from that point, I was an 8-star diamond. But when I first got started, it took me a year to get to diamond. And I watched my drill down or my downline completely disappear twice. Like I'd get so close to diamond and everyone went inactive. And at that point, I truly had to reach deep and think, why am I doing this? Is it because I want to be a diamond or is it because I want to change lives? So every time that happened to me, I gut checked. And I got back up the next morning and dove into my purpose as a coach. And the purpose of the company or our mission is to help people live healthy, fulfilling lives, not become a Star Diamond coach. That's not the mission. That part is a bonus, but we're here to help people. So I would just wake up the next day and say, okay, I'm not in it for money. I'm not in it for a quick fix. I'm here to change lives. And I'm just going to lead with that and hope that that carries me to success in my business. And for me, that's what worked.
Yes. Okay. Number 6, what is the best advice someone is giving you regarding your business?
Circling right back to that don't reinvent the wheel thing, because I remember talking to my upline sponsor, Leslie. I'm like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go on LinkedIn and I'm going to create this big page and I'm going to do all these YouTube videos and I'm going to do all these big mail send out and go to people's doorways. And like, I was coming up with all these crazy ideas. And she's like, Anita, stop for a second. Just keep inviting, just send out some invites, add to your network. Be proof the products work. Just stick to those vital behaviors. And if you want your business to move faster, do the vital behaviors more with more passion, more excitement. So that's what I did. And it switched everything for me in my business.
I love that. Okay, so we're on to the speed round. So I'm going to just ask you 5 questions, 4, and you just answer them kind of as fast as you can. So number 1, on average, how much do you spend working your business per day?
Okay, so like I said, I've been a coach for 6 years and success is not linear. So my first year was maybe an hour a day. Second year, maybe 4 or 5. Third year, I was like, I'm going top 10, 15 star million club, whatever. So I went 8 hours a day and I had somebody to help me with my daughter and my husband left his job. So he and I were like full time. Then we got to a point where we were making the income that we needed to be comfortable and still want to grow our business, but also enjoy the fruit of our labor. So right now I would say I put in 4 hours a day. I do have an assistant. I do have a nanny. I do have my husband here full-time doing this with me. It takes a village, but I want you guys to all know you don't have to work like a dog forever. It was very up and down, but I did put in those 8-hour days. I sometimes put in 10-hour days, just depended on what calls I had in that day. But right now I'm doing comfortably 4 hours of active work.
I love that. Your hard work paid off. And
Yes.
It's paying off. Okay. Number 2, what is your average success club each month?
I've toyed with going up to Success Club like 75, 80. And I hit about a Success Club 50 at this point. I've done higher numbers, but what happened is, like I said, going back to my core reason I do this, I don't do it for the Success Club numbers. I do it to change lives. And I feel like when I get to 25, 30 challengers or even 50 into a challenge group, I lose people. I lose track of people. I like that added accountability. I like having my customers send me their before and afters, their measurements every week. And I like to be able to have sort of a finger on the pulse of what's happening with my people. So I find my comfort after 6 years of experimenting falls into 25 people, so about 50, SC50. If I could handle more, I would. And I'm still trying to figure that out. So maybe one day I'll go up.
So take me back to when you kind of first started your first year in, or the year that you went from Diamond to 8-star. Like, what was your average SC then?
That was, yep. So 2014 was the year I did that. And I was probably at Success Club 40, 50 then too. Wasn't humongous, crazy high numbers, but I really felt like the people that I was recruiting were either serious about their transformation, or they were serious about building a business.
Okay, love that. Okay, number 3, what % of time do you focus on your business versus your team?
So, I mean, again, success isn't linear. There are some years where my team is just crushing it and I'm like all in there. And there's some years where I have to really focus on my personal business. And I think right now I'm in a season of focusing on my personal business as well. I'd say I'm like 70-30. I'm 70% me, I'm 30% my coaches. And that's where my comfort zone kind of lies. After I've used to do 80-20 and that didn't feel right. So like 70-30.
70-30. I love that. Okay. And then number 4, how many coaches do you enroll each month?
Oh gosh, it ranges. Some months I'm at 20 and some months I'm at 5. Most of the coaches I recruit, they're working coaches. They say that they want to work the business. So I'm very careful about who I recruit and how many. I really want serious people because I do feel like I invest a lot of one-on-one time on the phone with them, on conference calls. So it just ranges. Like last month was 5, but the month before that was 20. So average 10.
Okay. And then take me back to when you first started with that question too. How many coaches were you enrolling?
In the beginning, I was like free for all, go insane, crazy, like do whatever you have to do to get as many people on board. And I was not focusing as much on helping my leaders build. I'd say in the first 3 years, I was doing anywhere between 20 to 40 coaches a month.
Wow, that's a lot. That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's really cool,
I could not fully manage that long term. So like I said, right now I've kind of retracted to like, yeah.
Quality versus quantity type of thing.
Yes.
Love that. Okay, so last question is, of course, random question from the hat. Let's get you a good one. Let's get you one down here that no one's ever asked yet. Okay, what was the first concert you ever went to?
Backstreet Boys. Oh my gosh. I'm obsessed. Carter for life. That was the first I tried. What's that?
Have you gone to their comeback show?
I'm dying to. I love their new song right now. It takes me back to being 13. Like I used to pass out at our Backstreet Boy concerts. Like Nick Carter was my husband, had the whole plastered wall. I still like geek out when I hear his voice. So.
Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it.
Yes.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for joining us on What It Takes. Coaches, don't go recreate the wheel. Stay in your lane. Ask your upline for help. We got so much great information from you, Anita. We thank you so much. And tune in next week for another episode. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.